Well, a very good morning to you and welcome to darkest Dartmoor. Yes, we've returned from the Caribbean. We're back here in England. The skies are grey, it's freezing cold, but we're going to have a great time. And I've got the crew with me as well. Hello, crew! Hello! Hello! Hello, crew! And we're starting off in the village of Haytor Vale. We've got a little bit of Dartmoor history coming up for you. We're going to visit the oldest bit of railway in Devon, and we're going to go to a beautiful viewpoint, except today it's a bit misty, but never mind. And we're going to start off right here in the village of Haytor Vale at the Rock Inn. Now, the Rock Inn is not only famous for its very good food, but also it happens to be one of the most haunted pubs in Devon. So if you don't like your ghoulies, you better watch out. Haytor Vale is a lovely little village just on the edge of Dartmoor. In fact, it really is within the Dartmoor National Park. I'm not sure I could live here though, because can you imagine the weather here and the ice, and it does have its own climate, so I think we'll stick down on the sunny coast. But this of course is only a short drive away, so it's very nice. So we're going to climb up this hill and we're heading towards Haytor to start off. And just outside Haytor Vale village is the Moorland Hotel. It's a very nice hotel apparently. I've never stayed there myself. And they've got a little pub which is part of it called the Tim Pickle and Rum. You can go and have a drink in there. But we're not going in there today because we are heading onto the moors. Ooh, cattle grid. Thank you very much. Remember to shut that gate there in case there's any sheep want to escape. There we go. And off we go. There's a very English scene, but it's not a phone box anymore. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? So if anybody has a medical incident and they need a defib and they're up there on the moors, then there you are. So here we are coming up to the National Park Visitor Centre, and you can use the facilities there. There's a nice little shop and a cafe as well. And this is one of the main roads that crosses the moors. Speed limits all the way because of the Dartmoor ponies. And then up there, that is Haytor. Our walk will take us there, but not straight away. We're going to go somewhere else first. But first of all, maybe time to use the facilities here at the National Park Visitor Centre, and welcome to Haytor. And on to the moors we go. Makes me feel like it's a different moor, but it makes me feel like Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. Out on the wild and windy moors. Yeah, that's enough singing. So here we go. This is our first path. On the left is Haytor. We're going to be going there later, but first of all we're going to go looking for a little bit of old Devon industrial history. Gordon's here. Hello, Mr. Gordon.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you've seen our Swiss video, you may recognise Gordon from some of the clips out there in the Alps, and here we are, a little bit different.
I had less clothes on there.
Please, this is a family show. And I would recommend this, although I may yet live to eat my words. If you've never done a Dartmoor walk before, this is a very good introductory walk. It's not too hard, not too steep, and it's a very good introduction to Dartmoor, but we're only just starting out, so we'll see how it goes. I may well eat my words. But anyway, we're heading towards our little slice of industrial history to start off today. A bit of a squidgy bit here.
Oh well.
So we can find our way across here. Might be time to get muddy, guys. Ah. I did say this could well end in tears. Woo. It's all right. Oh yes, I think we're looking okay. On a lovely little babbling stream here. The sound of that is just gorgeous. Can you pick that up? And then we're coming up to the start of the Haytor Quarries. Now the Haytor Quarries plays a very important part, not only in Devon history, but in the history of many famous buildings around the UK. Still got Haytor on the left, but first of all we're going to head off into the quarries, and we've got a little surprise for you.
When we get into that quarry, have a look and think about 50 men taking 50 years to dig the quarry out.
Wow, what are you into that, crew?
Wow.
Impressive, eh?
Wow, 50 men working.
Yeah. Come on then, let's head up to the quarries. Well, the first of several times today, I think we're probably going to get lost, but we're actually looking for a gate on the right hand side here. We've just been up the wrong path, but I think we might be heading in the right direction here, Gordon.
There is a gate.
There is a gate. Oh, some people. Oh yes, I think we're heading in the right direction now. It wouldn't be one of my videos if we didn't have at least a section where we get lost.
Didn't believe you.
I think we found the gate. Third attempt. Here we are. And this should lead us into the Haytor Quarries. Now this is quite a sign. Not a lot of people get to see this. You have to be a bit careful on your footing here. But there's a story behind this which I'll tell you in a second. So here we are inside the first of the Haytor Quarries. Now this quarry has been a very important part of British industrial history, and the stone from here is very special. Tell us a little bit more about it, Nina, as we walk along.
Well, this is the hardest stone in the UK, this granite, and it was used in the building of London Bridge and also the the actual British Museum.
Yeah.
And if we come this way, you can see this winding derrick here.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
This winch.
Yeah, a winch. It's called a derrick. And,
Hello, Derek. All right, Del Boy.
And this was used to extract some really large pieces of granite, which are in the, made the Exeter War Memorial.
Ah, my goodness me.
Exeter.
And you did say that the granite from this quarry has been used in some very famous structures. Did you just say that?
I did, yes.
Ah,
I just
sorry,
said, but I'll say it again.
It would help if I know. I'm sure our viewers heard it. It was just me not paying attention. We've got Rena here doing some research as well.
Yeah.
Hello, lovely Rena.
Hello, hello. I'm looking forward to seeing the Granite Tramway.
Yes.
How the horses used to get there.
And the Granite Tramway, you know, was the very first bit of railway ever built in Devon, and we're going to come to that very, very shortly.
This quarry pond as well is home to a lot of very unusual and rare larvae that actually emerge in the spring. So it's quite an important part of the ecological history of Dartmoor.
Wow. And another sign of industry from years gone by. And as Gordon was just saying, just look how clear this water is. Fancy a dip, Gordon?
Yeah, I've just come out, actually, just dried up.
Yep, thank goodness for that, we didn't catch it on camera. Right, I'm in next. Let's get me budgie smugglers on. Get me budgie smugglers on, we'll be fine. It's only -6. Yeah, you can see the slabs of granite in the water. And look, there's even things growing underneath. Quite incredible. So we're going to carry on round here, climb out of the quarry, and then we're going off in search of the tramway, the Dartmoor tramway, and there's still traces of it left, and that was the very first anything to do with railways ever built in Devon, taking us back to the early 1800s. And I remember coming here one time into this quarry. It was midsummer, it was so warm, it was about 30 degrees, and of course there's no wind inside this quarry, and people were sunbathing on these grassy banks, and it was like being in some kind of solarium. It was quite amazing. Right, let's climb up and out of the quarry and let's see what awaits us. It's a bit of a grey day today here, but on a beautiful day from a viewpoint just over here you can see right the way across much of Dartmoor, which is a massive national park area, of course, and there's really very little in the way of urban infrastructure, towns and that sort of stuff between here and the border with Cornwall, and of course then you're into Bodmin Moor. It's just a great area of wilderness, and I can see some, are they Dartmoor ponies or are they Dartmoor cattle? We'll go and have a closer look. So the Granite Tramway is somewhere down here. I think I can see it actually. I think I can see it, and we're going to head off down there. Just in the distance on our left, you can just see the outline of Haytor. Oh, yes. Watch out for the hound of the Baskervilles. And so here we are, peeps. Welcome to the tramway, the Dartmoor Tramway, the Granite Tramway. Now Nina's going to tell us a little bit more about this, but this, I know it looks like stone, and it is stone, but this was the first attempt at anything like a railway ever to be built in Devon. I think we're looking way back to the early 1800s. So Nina's got a few facts about this, haven't you?
Yes. You see at the edge that the actual wheels ran on this. So that stopped them going inwards.
On the lower part.
On the lower part. So it ran on the lower part of it. And it was obviously pulled by horses. And when you come to a junction, you get like a V-shaped stone with a hole in, and it was on like a little toggle. So it was that shape with a hole, and that then moved like points.
Like points on a modern railway.
Yeah. And that was the same principle really. The oldest railway known in Devon.
And so the reason this railway was built was to bring the granite blocks from the quarries down to Tean Grace, which is down in the Tean Valley on the River Tean, and then it was loaded onto barges and taken by boat to the port in Teignmouth on the coast, where it was loaded onto ships and then transported off to other places, including London, to build some of the big buildings, London Bridge, the British Museum and more, and other great historic buildings.
The railway is 7.5 miles long, but there's only 1.5 miles of it that actually goes uphill properly.
Yeah. So this is ancient history. You're looking at 210-year-old railway lines here. Quite incredible, isn't it? Yeah, so you can see here where the wheels of the carts would go on the outer part, and it would just keep them in place basically over this inhospitable Dartmoor terrain. You can see it curving round to the right here. Now I'm going to try something here. I'm sorry if this doesn't work, but I'm going to see if I can find an old picture of the Dartmoor Tramway in action. So there must be something on photography online. I'll see if I can find one, and if I can, I'm going to insert it right here, right now. Yeah, so we're still walking around. You can see a curve here. What do you think of this, guys? It's quite something, isn't it, really? Yeah, what history is here? There's even almost a sort of a bridge coming up here.
Is this a junction just here?
It looks like it probably would have been a junction, and I'm guessing maybe there would have been a little spur that went off up to the quarry up there. Oh yeah, and here is, yeah, here you are, here's one of the junctions.
And this is where there would be a triangular sort of piece of granite that they put a hole through, and it pivoted, so it moved the rails.
Yeah, because you can see here
like points now,
where the line would have gone onwards. You can see the line going off into the distance, and then you can see this one that spurs off to the left, and then the other line would have gone up there. Amazing. So this would carry on and go round to one of the other Dartmoor quarries just over there. So there's almost a little causeway here going across, and you can see some of the discarded granite blocks. That stone is still amazing stone. You could still build a very solid house out of that. It's just been thrown to one side, it's in the right shape, quite the right quality for them. Look at this, it would have been a bit of a bumpy part. The horses would have pulled it across and it would have kept them in place, and then it curves all the way around to the right. It's going a little bit blowy.
Is there another bit there?
is, isn't there? Shall we go and investigate? Yeah, I think there is a branch line over there. Let's go and investigate. So back home in Teignmouth, just by the Ship Inn, you see a sign and it says the start of the Templars Way. And where does the Templars Way go? Right here. There you go. Templars Way, Haytor, Teignmouth. Look at that. And look at this, a very well preserved junction on the old tramway here. Look at this is quite incredible. And of course we're well away from where most of the walkers go now. This is a wonderful example of an old junction here. So you can see the line going off into the distance. Look how complicated that structure was there. Incredible. So one branch line going off to the right and the one we've just walked off to the left there. So there you go. That would have been sort of the Clapham junction of the day back in the 18 teens, 1820s. Just imagine what a hive of industry it would have been around here. Quite incredible. And it's so well preserved as well. So what we're going to do in a second is head back up there. We're going to go off to the right and head over to Saddletor, and then we're going to come back down and back up again, right up there to Haytor. Now you won't pick it up on the GoPro, but there are people standing right on the top of there. Are we going to do that? Well, keep watching, you'll find out. And here we just come across a little group of the famous Dartmoor ponies. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? If you watched our video about Dawlish Warren, you'll know that some of these ponies are taken down there to graze during certain times of the year. Hello guys! Aren't they lovely? Absolutely beautiful. The famous Dartmoor ponies. And some performances actually up there behind. Some white ones as well. We're slightly lost, not too lost. We have a rough idea where we are here. I mean, you can see Haytor in the distance, so we're heading sort of round to there. So we've left the Dartmoor ponies behind, but I don't know if you can see on the GoPro here, but you can see right down into the valley in front of us. That's Haytor right in front of us there, and then just the hills of Dartmoor in the distance go on for miles and miles. And of course there are different tors on Dartmoor, which are the rocky outcrops at the top of the hills. And there's supposedly, of course, 365, one for every day of the year. Of course there is. And we've just reached this junction, and here's yet more of the Granite Tramway and another junction. So there's one part going off way down there into the valley, and then we're going to follow this one up here towards Saddletor. And Nina has something to show us here. Come on then, Nina, our guide.
There's one of the holes where they'd have had the triangle.
Yep.
That would have had a pivot in it, so you could turn it that way or that way.
I see, yes.
And it was a granite pivot, like a triangle like that, and the hole was that end.
Yep, amazing. And just look, you can see the junction perfectly here with our model Rena there. Thank you very much. On the left and on the right. Lovely view all across the valley here. Haytor, one of the most famous tors of Dartmoor. Way down into the valley. So we're going to follow this up, which will bring us onto the slopes of Saddletor, and from there we should be able to dip down into the valley, and then we're back up to the Haytor Rocks at the top. We just spotted another little junction here. Where that went, who knows? Of course, it could have just been a little siding where they would have pulled the carts to one side to be loaded, and there's another, if you look in the distance there, another quarry down there, but that would have been very steep for horses to pull carts back up there loaded with granite blocks. So this is what they call Saddletor. It's only a little hill really by Dartmoor standards, but you can see the rocks on top of the hill, and then it goes down, dips down slightly, and then it comes back up again. And from a distance, when you're looking from down in the Tean Valley, it looks like a saddle. That's why it's called Saddle Tor. And I do believe, Gordon, the sun is trying to come out as we look up towards Haytor.
It's above the girls.
So let's head over to Haytor, and you see where there are people standing on the top, right on top of the rock.
There's the sun.
Are you going to go up to the top, Gordon?
Only if you do.
Well, keep watching and you'll find out. So we're starting the climb up to the Haytor Rocks. The Haytor Rocks are a Devon landmark, and so easy to see from all across this part of southeast Devon. You can see them from Teignmouth, you can see them from Newton Abbot, you can even see them from Torquay United Football Ground. I could see them from the other day, and we're heading up there. Probably the most popular place to go on Dartmoor on bank holidays and things. People like to do the rock climbing, and it's fairly easy to access from the visitor centre as well. So as I said at the start of this little video, if you want to do an introductory walk to Haytor, go and park on the Haytor Visitor Centre car park and make your way up here, and you still get a sense of just how beautiful Dartmoor is. So we have a choice of paths here. I think the ladies are going to take the route around the side, whereas me and my good mate, the intrepid Mr. Gordon of Radio 219 fame, we're going to head up there and go around the dodgy bit. But you can see how big the rocks are, but that's where we're going. Let's see if this really does happen to us. Gordon's being very intrepid and seeing if we can get through there between the rocks. He's going to wave at me if he's successful. How's it looking, Gordon? Right, so Gordon's disappeared up between the rocks. I have decided to wimp out and take the easier route, which I think hopefully will be this way, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll meet up with him again in just a couple of minutes. Let's see where this takes us. I found Gordon. How was that climbing over there?
Oh, just like Tresco.
You made it anyway.
Yeah.
It's a bit blowy up here, isn't it? But isn't it wonderful? Look at that.
The sun's coming through.
The sun's coming out as well. Look at this. Feels like you're on top of the world. Look at that. Right up there. You can see it's made up of different columns of rock. So Haytor Rocks is actually that one. And then you've got this one. And when you look from Teignmouth up the Tean Valley, they look so close together. But I love this bit in between. Come here in the summer, this is full of picnickers. So Gordon made it to the top. He's far more intrepid than me, but of course now he's got to get down. It's very, very windy, as you can hear on the microphone. But it looks like he's going to do it. You see, I wimped out. I think Gordon is definitely more intrepid. Looks like he's going to be okay. Are you alright up there, Gordon? Yeah, he's made it down. Thank goodness for that. Phew. You made it down. Well done, sir.
Ah, back in one piece. Don't tell Rena.
It's all on film. Very blowy up here, so I think we're going to start to make the descent down. So, we're going to make the descent down to the visitor centre. I've just come out of the wind for a second. Not many people up here. Come up here on a bank holiday when it's warm and sunny, rammed up here. But at this time of year, mid-February, hardly anybody around, even though it's half term. So we're going to head off down there. You can see in the distance that's the visitor centre where we were earlier. And we're going to head off down back towards Haytor Vale, and then we're going to go off into Widdicombe in the Moor, and that will be in a separate video. Some more walkers heading up into the rocks. Will they make it to the top? Who knows? Right, so me and Mr. Gordon, we're heading off back down here. We're going to go into Widdicombe. I think there could be a hot drink, maybe a bowl of soup or something nice and warm with our name on it. Gordon, what do you reckon?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
We conquered the hill.
Oh, yes. So there you go, hope you enjoyed that. That was quite an adventure, wasn't it, eh? What about those tramways? Just incredible, isn't it? And it was very blowy up at Haytor Rocks, but it was great, it was exhilarating. Thanks very much for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, it'd be great if you could do that. Otherwise, just give us a thumbs up and have a lovely day, and I'll see you again on the next one very soon. Take care and bye for now.